Nobody's safe!
In 2008, I was framed for murder and wrongfully convicted by the office of Kamala Harris, sentenced 50 to life in prison. It took me 5.5 years to ultimately get back in the trial due to prosecutorial misconduct, and it took me another year to go to my second trial, to which I was vindicated by a jury of my peers. When I got convicted, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I got sentenced 50 to life in prison, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I looked back and I seen her, she was smiling. And she did that stupid laugh that she do right now. Funny?
I'm literally traumatized by this woman. So do I want to see her for the next 4, potentially 8 years, potentially 12 years because she's been in office before already? No. So if you ask me right here, you know, who I'm voting for, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I advise every nigga out there to do the same thing. Because if you think something gonna change with Kamala Harris, is she gonna be the black woman savior for our community? Nope, it ain't happening. It's not happening. So let them pander to you all you want. Let them, you know, hit you with all the fear mongering, Project 25, and all of this shit, all you want. But it's only to ploy towards your fear of missing out on some shit that they're saying that they're giving us. And they're not giving us shit.
Hey everyone, welcome to the mix. Like this video, share this video. Thank you guys for your continued support, those domestically and internationally. Today is Thursday, you guys, early morning for me. Hope your week has gone great thus far. Again, thank you guys for your support. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe. It's free to like, it's free to share, it's free to subscribe. Yes. If you are interested in donating, hit that cash app. The link is in the description section. Also, zelle, that's in the description section. Or what you can do right now, you can hit that thanks. All donations go toward content enhancement creation, you guys. Thank you so much in advance for your continued support. Listen to this video, yes, from beginning to end. I promise you guys I won't keep you all long. Okay, let me jump right into the topic. As you can see, this the clip I played in the beginning, a couple clips, and those are edited clips. But yes, Jamal'S shares details on wrongful conviction by former prosecutor Kamala Harris' office. And for those who do not know, Kamala Harris was a prosecutor in California. She was also a district attorney. Then she ran for attorney general, meaning she was elected to attorney general in California. And then she ran for the Senate seat in California. She was successful in running for a particular office or going for particular positions. She was successful in that respect, meaning that whatever she sought out to do career-wise, she landed it, you know. So but as you can see, JamalTrulove has a different take on Kamala Harris. That clip I played in the beginning, it went viral, you guys, here on the mix. Thank you guys. Almost 10K views. I'll drop the link in the description section of this post. JamalTrulove did a full interview with The Art of Dialogue. Probably was about an hour long, so I encourage you guys to head on over there and listen to it in its entirety. Wow, that clip gives some insight as to who Kamala is, in my opinion, in terms of career-wise, her record, you know. And she's running for what? President of the United States. Now, although she was not elected, she was not, let's get it clear, you guys, she was not elected a Democratic primary candidate. She was not. Joe Biden was. So that's a fact. You can fact check me, etc., etc. So she was selected by the Democrat Party to take Joe Biden's place. But at any rate, I digress from all of that. Just trying to bring you guys up to speed. So basically, JamalTrulove shares his horrific experience. And let me be clear, you guys, it is to my understanding he did receive a huge settlement, probably over 13 point something milli from the state of California because of Kamala Harris's shady, questionable, ethical, in my opinion, shady, questionable, ethical, allegedly, tactics as a prosecutor in California, just to land a conviction under her belt against JamalTrulove. And it was successful, but it got overturned later on. However, Jamal did, I think, 6 or 7 years, and don't quote me on that, in prison. Talk about it, you guys. Let's talk about prosecutorial accountability. Does it stop here at Kamala Harris? Is she exempt from being held accountable tactics, actions, or maybe hiccups or mess ups as a prosecutor? I mean, these people are making decisions over your lives. In the president of the United States position, he or she will be making decisions over our life as Americans here in this country. So Let that ponder. But let me get back to the prosecutorial accountability. It's been known in this country how the justice system is, how the law enforcement is, and I call Kamala Harris, you might hear me say this, top cop Kamala, because she was. She was over the police in California. I mean, again, check her record. So with that being said, should she be held accountable as well? I mean, she's a melanated woman. Should she get the same treatment? Can we keep the same energy? Y'all let me know that, because some of y'all just don't care or forgetting about what's going on with her record as top cop of California. So let me go ahead, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and share more of the clip from Jamal TRULOVE. Wow, Jamal had a lot to say. And it seems like he's still, this young king is still impacted by what Kamala Harris did. It seems like he's suffering from PTSD. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in some type of therapy or counseling. What do you all think? Let me share this clip with you guys, and then I'll come back with more.
You was awarded $13.1 million. Do you feel like that money was worth you doing 6 years in prison or no?
No, not at all. I mean, look, I can't get those years back. I'm a confident person. I've always felt like I was ordained to be somebody since I was 11 years old. My name is Jamal Rashid TRULOVE. Jamal means beautiful in Arabic, right? Rashid means leader, aspiring, guider, right? And my last name is TRULOVE. There's no coincidence to that. There's no coincidence to the things that I've had to experience coming up, you know, as a black man in San Francisco and in the hood and the struggles, losing one of my brothers being killed to gun violence, two of my other brothers being shot, my parents being on crack cocaine, me having life in prison, and me being able to sit here and do this interview right here.
Okay, you guys, I just wanted to pause it right here. Jamal TRULOVE, he has a story, you guys. And you can also fact check his entire situation that unfortunately took place at the hands of top cop Kamala in California. This is just, I mean, check out some past articles on this. And also, he was on a reality show. Well, you can also Google that and, fact check that. But yeah, you heard him. You heard what he said. And that's a great question. Would you risk your livelihood in due time in prison in exchange for 13-something milli? I mean, I wouldn't, but let's continue.
Never took the easy road. I've always had to decide if I was going to shut up or if I was going to speak up. And that money, I didn't look at the money as a way that I was looking forward to the money when I was suing. So that was a plus, obviously. But I've always looked at myself, you know, as a rich nigga anyway, right? I've always had that confidence. And, you know, I have besides this story that I'm, telling you, I have a whole other story about my past life and other things that was going on in between while I was suing, right? That, I don't speak on too much, which I will eventually. But the money was never a thing that was ultimately going to make me, right? It was a tool. It has been a tool for me to be able to learn what having access in the room is and to be able to build relationships with people outside of money. Outside of people who don't got no money. But that time, people say this, and this, I'll finish the question like this. People say that they will take $10 million if they had to go and do 6.5 years in prison. And to be honest, I probably will too. If you said, hey, look, got this $10 million for you. You go do 6.5 years in prison and you come home in 6.5 years, coming from where I come from, and mostly all black people is gonna say, yeah, let's run it. Because we've always been prepared for jail, whether we did it or we didn't do it, right? But now...
Let me interject. Okay, let me piggyback on what he said. He mentioned something about being able to, he always had the option to say something. It is to my understanding, like I said, watch this full clip because this is just a snippet of it. Interview, was 1 hour long or more. So it was known basically that who committed the crime, that that the charges was levied against Jamal against. He was not the one. So in a neighborhood and things like that, and I'm just summarizing, etc., it was always known who was the 3-point OODA, the OODA, it was always known who that was. But it looks like the DA's office wanted him to flip. And then also too, and this is just based off of his story, his interview, my interpretation. And also too, the DA's office, hence top cop Kamala, her office at the time, they had these alleged witnesses that was coerced or was saying, hey, if you do this for me, I won't pursue charges against you in this area, etc. So basically that's what Jamal is speaking to. He could have flipped and just really told what it was. And I think that's what they wanted him to do, in my opinion. And also to this point, when he said something about, black people, melanated people, shoots. we always ready to seem like to go to jail. Unfortunately, that's wild. That's crazy. And for those who know that is the sense of atmosphere, and it's just unfortunate. But it's been that way, but especially here in this country. So let me continue.
In this case, would you take $10 million to go have life in prison and not know you coming home? Nobody takes that deal.
Okay, you guys, I'm interjecting again. Woo, that is powerful. He's absolutely right. In his case, in his scenario, would you do it and not know if you coming home? Because he didn't know. He didn't know. He was hoping and praying, but he didn't know. Check out the full interview. But would you? Would you?
Mental anguish of every day. So my mindset when I went to prison was every day that every year I didn't go home, I'll go home the next year. That was my confidence, and that was the way I coped with doing the time, right? But in law, if you look at the statistics and the numbers, I had a 99% chance that I was going to die in prison. I only had a 1% chance of getting back after having 50 years to life. I was 23 when I went to prison. If I did the whole 50 years, some laws would have had to change. I would have been 73 before I could even go up for parole. So to answer your question, nah, that money wasn't enough. I don't think there's an amount that's enough. Now, I know I'm blessed. I know that. I know I'm supposed to be here. I know that. And, and for that, I'm grateful for it. And, the money helped, obviously. But if I could take it all back and get all those years back again, like a snap of a finger, I will. Though, this is part of my life. This is part of my story. That is the unknown. So it'd be kind of tough to do that. But I'm confident in myself enough to know by 23 to 30, which I went to jail at 23 and came home 30, the trajectory that I was on, I would have been good.
You made a comment saying that, Kamala, every time you see her laugh, it reminds you of when she was laughing at you when you was convicted. I want you to go into detail about that. And also, who do you want to see the people vote for, Kamala or Trump?
Yeah, so every time I see Kamala laugh, again, like I think about that time in the courtroom, right? Her high-fiving, and celebrating the win. Now, when I say celebrating the win, not that she argued it, but, her office. And it's right before, the Attorney General election. So she's celebrating me losing, being, framed for murder. And that's all I can see it as. I don't care what everybody else, look at it and say and try to give reason why I should be the bigger person and, all of these things. And like, the future of the country is on the line. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Y'all sold us that in 2016. Y'all sold us that, and under Trump, everything was cool. You asked the day-to-day nigga, say, when Trump was in office, it was cool. Groceries was low, right? We wasn't at no wars. We wasn't giving billions and billions of dollars to other countries. Seemed to be cool. That's how we felt. And as soon as Biden got into office, we didn't feel that way no more. So, but every time I see Kamala, I want people to understand this. I am literally traumatized by this woman. I'm literally traumatized by this woman. So do I want to see her for the next 4, potentially 8 years, potentially 12 years because she's been in office before already? No. So it forced me to really think about things from the other side. And as I started diving deeper, I started understanding the conservative ways. So if you ask me right here, who I'm voting for, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I advise every nigga out there to do the same thing. Because if you think something gonna change with Kamala Harris and she gonna be the black woman savior for our community, nope, it ain't happening. Not happening. So let them pander to you all you want. Let them, hit you with all the fear mongering, Project 25, and all of this shit, all you want. But it's only deployed towards your fear of missing out on some shit that they're saying that they're giving us. And they're not giving us shit. We don't need shit. Trump, 2024, let's roll.
Okay, everyone, again, like this video, share this video. As you can see, the full interview on the Arts of Dialogue YouTube page, and I think the Arts of Dialogue has a podcast as well, so shout out to them. But what are your thoughts on Jamal TRULOVE's, his details on his experience under Kamala Harris prosecutorial career? Yes. Oh wow, it seems like, in my opinion, I believe he's probably suffering from PTSD due to Kamala Harris, hence aka Top Cop Kamala, wrongfully convicting him of the MURDER so many years ago. Hopefully, if he is suffering medically from PTSD, he seeks therapy. Money, as he mentioned, seems like is not a resolve in terms of the mental anguish he experienced and the emotional anguish I'm quite sure he experienced. But yeah, far as, money being himself, I'm quite sure, and his family from an economical perspective, yeah. But I mean, he raised a great point when he was asked the question about the 10 million. Would you take 10 million not knowing if you are going to come home from prison? So that's a great question. But let me know your thoughts, you guys, down in the chat. This interview, do you think that this may change the trajectory of Top Cop Kamala's eventual run? Possibly change your opinion of her. Do you not care? Do you care if Kamala Harris wrongfully convicted someone? Go ahead and run some polls in the community section. So stay tuned, stay connected to the mix. But yeah, does this change your opinion about Kamala Harris in a favorable or not so favorable? Also, if you were going to possibly vote for Kamala's choice, again, I will run some polls in the community section. I mean, this is very unconscionable, and my heart goes out to anyone wrongfully convicted of anything. It is absolutely insane if that happens under anyone's watch. And again, Kamala Harris should not be exempt from this, you guys. Hold her to the same standard you will hold any other prosecutor, any other district attorney, any other attorney general. Just because you probably feel that, oh, she's this, she's that, she's my fave, I like her better than Trump, the identity politics. For those who don't know, but I just would encourage everyone, just tap into your critical thinking skills when it comes to certain things. Weigh your pros and cons. And when I say weigh your pros and cons, put the facts on the table. This is simple. Put the facts on the table. 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, and go from there. It's interesting because some people, I read some comments, they were saying, oh, he's whining, he should get over it. That's insane. It's crazy and wild for anyone to think that somebody's supposed to, who did 6-7 years in prison and did not commit the crime that they said he did, he was convicted for. That's wild. That's crazy. So you saying this guy should get over it because he got a payout? Y'all, we're living in some interesting times. But like, share, subscribe, you guys, and stay connected to the community section. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.